Hello and welcome to Lifetime Uncorked, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I am your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Current.
And I am Karen Murphy.
Yeah.
Oh, little singy.
We wrote that song for you, Patrick.
I love
Just
it.
for
Thank
you.
you so much. Hi, Karen.
Hey, Patrick.
Hey, Karen. Yeah.
Hey, Drew. Hey.
Yeah.
Karen's finally here.
Yeah.
Been trying to get her on the podcast since season 1 because her mom was actually in a Hallmark movie.
This is true. Christmas
Or,
one.
no, a Lifetime movie.
It was made for Christmas in Mississippi.
Christmas in Mississippi was a Lifetime movie, and we weren't covering Lifetime movies last Christmas.
Right.
We will be this Christmas, so get
Hopefully
ready.
she gets in
So
another
get-
one. Like, Mom, you got to be another extra.
Get in
it.
there
Do it, Mom.
Yes.
more.
So Karen is, very famous. Her mom's famous. Karen, do you have a lot of experience watching Lifetime movies or whatever?
I definitely watched a good bit of Lifetime movies with my mom growing up. Also, the Hallmark movies. I remember the first time we ever sat down and watched. I'm pretty sure it was a Hallmark one because it was a Christmas one. And just making so much fun of it. My mom was like, no, but it's good because of this. And like, she'd try to point me in the right direction of like, it's this moral. And then this is what it's teaching you. So it just like through junior high and stuff, I slowly started like watching them with her. And she always was like, but you get the moral behind it, right? So just like use it as a teaching tool.
What I'm hearing is your moral compass was shaped by Lifetime.
It
I'm
helped.
worried
It definitely
for you.
helped. It helped a little bit.
I'm a little worried for you.
I mean, I guess that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
It's
there sometimes,
Don't
Well,
be a
Hallmark-
crazy
Don't be a
murderer.
crazy person.
Don't be a crazy
Don't murder
person.
people. Don't lock people up in basements. that kind of thing.
Love isn't real, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, totally.
It's silly. Pest love.
What's fun about this movie that we're talking about today, Karen and I actually watched it together.
Yeah, we did.
Because Karen
I
is the
don't-
rarest bird.
I'm the only person that doesn't have any type of internet or cable or Netflix or
No
Hulu
internet,
or anything at my
no
house right
cable.
now. For a year now.
What?
Nothing. None whatsoever.
And you survived.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Drew.
What's wrong with
every
you?
time we brought it up, it's been a while. You get mad at me. So I try not to talk about it.
It's shocking. But I was like, I want her on the podcast, but I'm going to have to invite this bitch over to my house.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
So we
true.
drank wine. We had a great time. We were like laughing. I mean, it was
fun.
hilarious.
Well, that's fun. Well,
And
at least
then
you
also
get that out of it.
right, and the spread that Patrick put out was just, I came there with some cheap chips and cheese in a bag, and I was like, I should have known Patrick Serrano will have everything ready. It was gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. We had snacks galore, delicious cheeses.
Like legit
like
cheese.
fancy cheeses,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
with
I got the
fruit and stuff
Gouda.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Patrick
was
likes,
amazing.
Patrick likes his real cheese.
That was real fancy cheese.
His real cheese.
I do. You got to have the nice stuff. I didn't bring my favorite cheese, but that'll be the next time you're on the podcast. I'll
Love
introduce you
it.
to this really good cheese. I'm not going to name drop it because they got to sponsor me.
There it is.
Okay.
Pull it out. Let's do this.
I mean, if it's a type of cheese, or is it
It's a brand.
Oh,
It's a
okay,
brand.
I gotcha.
And also, I don't know how to say the brand. I just know the visual of the brand. I'm like, that's the one I like.
it's the red one with the fish.
Blanche avec bleu with the.
It's got a little dove on it.
But the
I don't know if
movie
it does. I
today
take
we
that
were
back.
talking about. Get ready, Drew.
Uh-huh.
We had Killer Nanny or Nanny Killer, but today
Oh.
we have Devious Nanny.
Oh, Devious Nanny.
2018
Devious.
Lifetime original film. Devious Nanny,
So just
starring.
kind of a nanny who's a bitch rather than a
she's
murderer.
just devious.
Devious. You don't really know. Like, is that lying? Is she sneaky? Like, we don't know. You don't know.
Yes,
Or
it stars
Is she pulling pranks?
Michelle
She's a
Broth,
prankster.
Michelle Broth. Mhm.
Olesya Rulin, Antonio Cupo, and Michael Roark.
Good.
All people we
job.
don't know.
We don't
Good
know
job,
any of them.
baby.
They
Karen's
all
face is
got
like,
good
am
names,
I supposed
though.
to know them? No.
Well, so sci-fi or comic book.
Yes.
Got to bring that up.
True.
So she
Michelle
Borth. Borth? Yeah, Borth. It looks like broth.
I am
But it's
inverted the.
Borth.
Yeah.
There it
Will
is.
be in the 2019 movie based on Shazam, a DC.
Shazam.
character.
What?
Cool. That's when they put the rings
Neat.
together? Or no, that's
Captain America.
I don't
Patrick.
No,
Right?
both of you are wrong.
Oh, sorry.
that's why we don't do Marvel
This
stuff.
is why we don't do
Nope.
comic books or Marvel
Nope.
stuff.
They put the rings together.
Look, you
and
guys.
Captain America.
Nah,
I
you
mean,
guys-
Captain Planet does
That's
put rings
Captain Planet.
together.
Oh.
You're talking
what I
about
said.
Captain
Is that not
Planet,
what I
the
said?
old cartoon. This is just Shazam. This is a DC character, and he yells Shazam.
Shazam, like that.
Shazam!
It makes me think of basketball.
Okay, well, we're not here to talk about basketball or Shazam or Captain
DC.
Planet or
Not
whatever.
no comic books or anything.
We're talking about nannies, not Fran
Devious
Drescher.
ones.
Devious
Devious
nannies.
nannies.
Okay, so we open up. Actually, I brought a clip today, Drew, and I want you to.
Okay.
You might actually be able to see it's on my Insta stories. I put little polls, right? So I'm like, is it this or is it this? And then people get to vote. So it's really fun because then I get to see what people think. So I'm going to play you my Insta story and you're going to pick one of the options. You'll see like a percentage of what people have picked, but that doesn't mean what's right. So you'll see what's right after. Okay. So this is the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
This is how it starts. It's a woman making coffee.
What's in her coffee? Okay,
No, I'm not worried
sugar.
about her.
And they
Absolutely
Let's
not.
get creamer.
Emily, I swear, I wouldn't even show up.
Yes, roofie sugar or roofie creamer.
she dropped. What's happening? What?
Mm-hmm.
What the? I don't even. Thud.
Yes. So she was making coffee. We start with this woman, and she's making coffee, right? And she's in a shirt that says, "I need more coffee." Just in case you were unclear.
Don't talk to me until I've had my coffee.
Exactly. She's one of those people that needs their coffee.
And wants everyone to know about it. I'm gonna guess. My vote is for the sugar because it did a nice little zoom up on it.
Yep. It was a roofied sugar. So she got roofied in her sugar. She falls to the ground. She's like crawling on the floor.
That was fucking fast for
In the beginning.
that.
It's like the first 5 seconds of the movie.
I mean, that was like
Yeah, and it hits
was
her
like-
instantly.
Oh, the
hits her
roofie that hits
instantly.
her.
Well,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah,
first
yeah,
thing
yeah.
she's had all morning. So
She hasn't had her
has-
coffee
She
yet.
hasn't.
she
Yeah,
has
the
an
first
empty
thing.
stomach.
She's had.
empty stomach. So it goes right to her.
Just
she's crawling on the
immediately.
floor, and a black gloved stranger climbs on top of her and suffocates her to death.
Oh no!
And then it's staged as like a drug overdose. So then there's like pills thrown all around her body, and then we get the title card, "Devious Nanny."
Oh, so
And
she
it
is
kind of looked like a
murderer.
Law and Order throw up. Dun, dun.
It was like a Law and Order cold open type of situation
was
going
great.
on.
Devious.
We're like, here we are. This is the movie. And me and Karen are like, cheers, bitches. We're ready for this.
So ready.
We really were. Like, I actually, my roommate Sarah is in India, not right now when this comes out, but at time of recording. And she was like, hey, our neighbor texted me. What were you guys doing? And I was like, she
Were we
didn't
that
text me.
loud?
I guess we were loud. So
Oh my God, I love that.
fuck you, neighbor. Sorry, bitch.
I did yell at the TV a couple times.
No, we were both like, what? What the fuck?
What just happened?
Exactly.
Did you see that?
It was one of those. We're having a good time.
Great.
So now we
Hilarious.
meet Amber, okay? And Amber is, by the way, this movie also has an alternate title, Drew.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask.
In Canada, it's called Au Pair.
Au
Au
pair.
Pair. What's it
Oh,
called?
au pair.
Au pair.
Au pair, like
Au
a
pair.
French nanny.
You know, like a
au
French
pair.
nanny.
An au pair.
Au pair.
Oh, that's what that's. Called?
Yeah, that's. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
that's
it's
what
just called like au pair.
just like
Yeah.
just like that though.
Yes.
pronounced
Yeah, just- Blur, blur.
So Amber, she looks like she's about 13,
Oh my gosh, she looks
Okay.
so young.
very young,
It was disturbing.
blonde, and she's showing up for an interview as for an au pair position. Au pair, whatever the fuck. That's why they changed the title, because Americans can't say that.
That's
Right.
right.
Okay?
And we don't want
Devious
We don't want
nanny
to.
instead.
So she shows up for her nanny position, and she's 15 minutes late. And the handsome man, his name's Brian, and his very attractive wife, who has a very weird voice, named Elise. They interview her anyways. They're like, well, you're late, but it's fine.
And then of course they love her and hire her on the spot.
Right.
They
No matter
do.
that they talked to many other people before.
Yes.
So
They hire
that
her, and he keeps like, Brian, the husband, keeps like giving her like the eye, like,
It did take a minute for the first like a look up and down, like, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, this is great. It's going to be a fine relationship." But no, before she got all the way in the door, he like looked her up and down, like, of
He's like
course, that's where it's
checking her
going.
out,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
The wife is oblivious though, and she's like, Amber's great. She's not too pretty. I think she even says like she's just pretty enough where I can have her in my face, but she's not going to be like,
There was a couple of
too
different
tempting for my
awkward, like
husband.
very tense moments there in the beginning. You're like, why is everybody so stressed out?
Yes. And the husband's like, you're right. She is a plain Jane. He says, like, she's a plain Jane.
Really?
Yeah.
She is really
Yeah,
attractive.
she's definitely
though.
not a
She's-
plain Jane,
no,
but
not a
she
plain-
also looks like she's 12 years
And
old.
even her
Oh,
styling.
she was in High School Musical.
Oh,
1
wow.
and 2.
Oh, cool.
Anyway.
Well, she wasn't a lead person.
No.
Because I would know that. Anyways, so Brian lands a big account, okay? And that's like the most information we get about it.
Okay.
You got the big account.
Oh, he got the big account. Cool.
And Brian's like, hooray. So they can afford to hire Amber for full time now because there's some money troubles going on.
And there is that weird scene right after the first one, after she's hired, that the wife is in bed and she's like so upset and like you could say she's stressed and then like, I guess I like her enough. And it's like, why are you so, it was very intent that there was the wife had an issue.
Yes. Like something was going on in the past. Maybe Brian had some infidelity history, but they're not like outright saying it. It's just like subtext, right?
Right.
So next, after he gets the promotion, I thought it was going to be like going out drinking with the bros. Because he has like a bro friend who's like a blonde guy. Brian
It's
has
very
brown
Jeremy
hair.
Piven-esque, but blonde, just so you know.
Yes.
The vibe from this guy.
The friend, whatever his name was, I can't
Yeah.
remember. It doesn't matter.
He's like, fuck, who cares? Fucking fire him.
They're like,
Just like
yeah,
that.
we got the
Just like
promotion. So I thought he was going to go out and then see the nanny out and then like have like a tryst with her. No, we got a workout shot, a gratuitous workout shot.
Of the husband.
He's in the garage lifting weights, like bench pressing, right? And it's not like his like chest getting all buff lifting weights. It's literally a crotch shot. So like him lying on the bench, the camera's in his crotch, and you see like the bar going up and down, and his crotch is just there for maybe about a minute.
It was like, I think they zoomed in too.
It was
actually,
a
be honest. I think it was a
long
zoom
crotch
in.
They
shot.
slowly zoomed in.
So
to his crotch.
thank you, Lifetime, for that. Thank you for that, Lifetime.
It was lovely.
He's no Justin Thoreau though, so okay.
Yeah.
No, not. Did you guys ever see Justin Thoreau's Ding Dong? That's what I'm calling it.
His
little
dingy?
ding dong running. He was
Little
like
dingy?
running in sweatpants, and it's just like flopping around. It's like costume designer. You need to have
amazing.
gotten him some boxer briefs, girl.
Yeah.
Or man, because costume designers can be men. But that's always like the first thing I look for, like when I'm doing costumes. I haven't done costumes in a long time, but always making sure the goods are.
The goods are like solid
away.
and not jiggling around.
I don't. If I can
Right.
see the outline, we need to
She
get
distracts
some,
too
some
much. It
tighter
takes away
underwear.
from
you
the
know.
plot, and we don't know what's going on anymore. And I'm just looking at this guy's job.
Yeah, then
Right.
you're just going like, why are they showing me his junk jiggle around? I
But
don't care
Lifetime,
about
That's all you can
it.
think
Lifetime
about.
doesn't care.
Don't
They
give a shit.
were just here. This is what you want, right, ladies?
This is it, huh? This is what you want to see,
and
right?
we're like, no, we don't want that Lifetime.
No,
Just put it away.
Not really.
So Amber shows up early for moving in because that's what she's like a live-in nanny, I guess.
Okay.
And he's like working out and all sweaty, and he takes her to a room. There's like sexual tension, and Elise walks in. She's like, "What are you guys doing in here? What's going on?"
Yeah, she did not like that they were alone in the room.
Yeah, and she's like, "Come here, Brian." Elise. She's like, "Come here, Brian. I want to show you something." She sets up a nanny cam in a picture frame. She's like, "Just so you know, there's a nanny cam right here."
You don't tell him that.
Well, it was the husband. She was telling the husband. She wasn't
Yeah.
telling the girl.
Oh, I thought. Oh. Okay.
She's telling him, and she's like, "I'm going to put this here, just so you know." Okay? And Elise is a curator of an art place,
Gallery, an art gallery.
Okay.
gallery. There you go. And she
An art
has
place.
she has like a POC best friends, and that she's like the co-owner. She's
Okay.
not too sassy, but she also has nothing character developed. Like she literally
No.
is just like a talking piece for
Right.
Elise.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about the nanny and like how great she is, and then this creepy man comes in, and he like wants to buy the place.
Well, yeah, he's already offered to buy it, and they've denied it. So he's like, "Well, I'm going to the bank, and I'm going to own this place anyway."
It's
so
not
it's this
for sale.
super intense scene
Right.
of like, "I'm going to own this art gallery. You can't stop me." Basically, what just happened.
Yes. And so we're like, that man's
Why?
creepy. Some shady shit's going to go down with
Okay.
that man. Remember the man.
Cool. I remember the man.
Then we're at a pool party, and Elise goes in to like get a beer or something.
Oh yeah.
And Amber is creepy watching Elise through the window holding the child.
Yeah, like they're instantly and then like gone the next second, like one of those things. It was like so creepily watching the wife.
What?
She's like,
Yeah,
why are you there?
okay.
And then she goes back outside to see, well, how'd you get up there so fast? And she's already like back over to the side with
It's
the
like
kid.
one of those like horror movie things where
Yeah,
it's like
they made it very horror movie like.
It's like,
I'm here. I'm gone.
yes. And then they like have like girl talk or whatever, and you think that they're getting along, but then Elise goes immediately and like unplugs the drive on the nanny cam and like is reviewing the footage for like some shady shit going on. She like does not trust this nanny, right?
okay.
So she, to her face, she's acting like she's cool,
They're best friends.
and then behind her
Check
back,
that
she's like,
cam.
"I'm checking that cam. I'm checking that nanny cam."
Checking out an
At first, when she took it out, I was like, "Oh my god, the wife is giving up. Like she's gonna not watch her. Don't do that. That's crazy. It's been 2 days." But luckily, she just reviewed it. I got real nervous for a
I know.
minute.
So
I was like, "No, you don't trust her yet."
yes, that was probably when my neighbor downstairs was like, "Stop talking loud. You guys are talking too loud."
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, so while Elise is checking the nanny cam, Amber and Brian are having whiskey on the rocks.
What?
No. It was scotch, Patrick. I
Oh.
told you when he poured it. I was like, "I bet that's scotch," and you're like, "What?" And it was scotch.
Okay, well I wrote
different.
I wrote whiskey because I can't spell scotch.
I mean,
Oh
it's,
my
it's the same.
God.
It's the same.
True.
Well, I mean,
Boo.
Scotch is whiskey.
Boo.
right.
It's just
So
a type of whiskey.
Okay, fine.
the
Anyway,
he's
we'll
like,
argue about this later.
He's like, "Why don't you have some whiskey or scotch?" And she's like, "I don't want to have any while I'm working because the baby could wake up, so I want to be sober." And he's like, "You're responsible. You're a good nanny."
Mm-hmm.
So everyone goes to bed,
Thank God, right?
and then
Ugh.
Amber takes out a hidden cell phone in like her dresser, and
Okay.
she
Like
like
a
makes a
second
phone
cell.
call, and she sets up a meeting. And in this movie, we get a lot of establishing shots of random places for no reason.
Okay.
So they go to Original Joe's. I wrote it. It's a diner. And her friend, lover, drug rehab
Yeah,
AA sponsor,
we're not sure
we
yet.
don't know,
Just
Okay.
is there. And the movie's trying to be mysterious. They talk in like coded.
It is kind of
talk.
coded. It's kind of like, so, or how are you? Are you tempted? I'm like, tempted for what? What are you talking about?
Yeah. So we're setting up something like she has something going on, but
That she has, like,
Lifetime
a
doesn't want to
sponsor.
reveal
That
the
she has like a sponsor. That's,
Right.
Yeah, something like that. Or a
for
friend
It
is
was-
protecting her.
It was
narcotics
strange.
or alcohol. Okay.
So then Brian gets taken off the big account.
Yeah, his friend like pushes him off, or the count is like, we want this one guy, and the friend, the Jeremy Piven dude, is like, yeah, I'll take it.
His
and
name
Son
is
of a
his
bitch.
name
Yeah,
is Vance.
kind of
His name is
jerky.
Vance.
Oh,
I wrote
that's
it here.
Vance.
Vance, the friend.
So
is
Vance is the blonde friend.
Of course, his name is Vance.
And Brian's very upset. He goes home and he yells at his wife. And the wife's like, "Get out of here." And he goes to another establishing shot, the bar.
I actually liked that. Patrick hated it. I love that it was just called the bar.
All the establishing shots are like neon signs.
It was just called the,
The bar. Like, yeah.
It's like a neon. It's like they
with the
didn't
word
even.
the and bar.
They didn't even find a bar. They just like went to a neon sign store and just like shot a shot of a sign that says the bar. That's what it was.
Well,
So
they ain't got time for that
I
shit.
loved
They
it.
gotta. They
he
gotta
comes
get it,
home
get it
after
done.
maybe this is when he has whiskey. He comes home after drinking like a fifth of whiskey. He has. Like
Oh,
a-
he
the
comes home
bottle.
with the bottle of whiskey. Yes, yes.
Yes,
that
in like
was
a paper
whiskey.
bag type of
Yes,
thing.
That was like,
And he heads to Amber's room, and they totally get it on.
like, yeah. There's no talking either. It's like she comes to the door of her bedroom and he like grabs her and they just do it. There's like no. It was like, okay.
Yeah, we thought it was maybe in
Why?
like an apartment or something,
Yeah,
but no,
I
it's
thought it
like
was a different girl. I thought it was like, where are they? Who is that? Because the way he walked in, it didn't even look like his house, and I was like, there's no way that's her.
so
The
then,
last time they talked, it didn't. Yeah, I didn't think
Right.
it was gonna go there.
and the
Okay.
next morning, Amber's like, hey, babe," and they're like
Yeah,
in the
like-
kitchen, like
Touching him and trying to be like boyfriend like.
right, and he's like, no,
He's like, no,
my,
definitely not.
my wife is like right there, and
Oh.
there's a nanny cam, and this is not happening, and she's like, she takes it fine, I guess.
Well, kind of. She was kind of like, what? But no, like in her eyes. But she didn't really like fight it at that time.
Oh, doesn't she throw some plates?
I think that's later, but she does do that.
Yeah. She like throws some plates after like he like rejects her. He throws some plates and then goes in her room and cries, and then calls her secret friend again. Her secret friend's name is Jax,
Jax. Okay.
Jax, and she's like leaving a message. It's sobbing like, "I can't believe this happened again. I'm such a dumb whore." type
Yeah,
of
so
thing.
that's when you find out that the tempted thing is like sleeping with married men. So that's like her thing.
Yeah.
So that's
I
when
mean-
you find that out.
We get our next establishing shot. Fluorescent lights, Drew. They read, air quotes, the motel. So now we know we're at the motel.
Man, they just didn't mess around, I guess.
They really wanted it to be like anywhere USA. Like this can
Yes.
happen to anyone type thing, right?
But in case we were concerned as to where this was happening and we couldn't tell it was a motel room, we get the 10-second, 20-second establishing shot of the motel.
Again, very Law and Order-esque. The motel.
Ugh, so annoying. Vance is in there and he's drunk because he's celebrating that he got the account. Vance is the blonde-headed Jeremy Piven friend. And a woman walks up to the door in a pink wig and knocks on the door. We don't see her face. We just see a pink wig from behind.
Okay.
He opens the door and he's like, "What are you doing here?" And then he gets stabbed in the stomach.
Jesus.
Dead. Dead.
Yeah.
Just from getting stabbed in the stomach once?
Yeah.
That's how people die.
That's how people die in these movies.
Also, this movie was very detailed in their signage, not so detailed in their killing.
Yeah.
To the point where I had to rewind and be like, wait, what?
Wait, what happened?
Yes.
Wait, how did he die?
Yeah, there was a couple
So
times.
there's more people who died. Don't worry.
Okay.
So Amber is not taking this well. This whole Brian rejecting
Not being
her.
her boyfriend that she assumed was going to happen.
And she's like, if you reject me, she'll tell his wife and he just needs to sleep with her more because, she's going to believe her because he's cheating and he's cheated in the past.
Yeah, we do. Around this time, I think is when we find out he did actually cheat in the past. That's why the wife is all weird about it.
Yeah.
So Elise is kind of
I feel like it's kind of on her at that point.
Right.
Just get rid of the guy.
yes.
Right?
Elise is wandering around and
That's fair,
she's
and I agree.
she gets a call from her friend Lori. We have a name now, and the gallery has been vandalized. So the police are very suspicious, and the gallery, but they're it's so personal. They wrote "whore" on the wall, and only
the Elise was all yeah, it was the banker guy. He did it. He was threatening us, and the police were like, no, it's too singleized. It says whore and not whores. It sounds like it's to one person, not to the gallery. And they're both just fighting. No, it was him. Go get him.
right. So the police
The
are
bank guy, the evil bank
the creepy guy.
Yeah.
So the police are not too concerned, but they're
They've got real crimes to worry about, probably.
yeah. So they go away, but then we get a shot of the creepy guy. We don't get a shot of where this location is, but it's a junkyard.
It's a random junkyard with nice cars.
He's randomly in a junkyard.
I don't know why. I think he's.
So
I don't know.
They just did it in a parking lot.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was a junkyard, but it was nice cars in the junkyard, which is weird. It's very unique.
junkyard.
And
that's
the
just a
guy-
parking
50s
lot.
cars, though.
Yeah.
It was dated cars. Which
He
is
just gets
interesting.
murdered in the junkyard. How? I don't know. We just see
Oh
a
my
blood
gosh.
splatter.
Well, no, there's remember that's a
Oh,
little
you
pitter,
just-
pitter, pitter, pitter. That's when you had to stop it and be like, what was that? Because
Yeah.
it looked like an umbrella. It looked like she hit the guy in the face, angled with an umbrella.
Yeah.
And
it
that's
did.
and they fall down to the
It
ground
was
and there's blood.
but
There's
it was
blood.
a samurai umbrella.
It must have been some type of samurai
Something.
umbrella. There was blood splattered and everywhere. And
Yeah.
we're like, okay, guess he's dead. It was so quick.
Very quick.
was so quick.
We did rewind it 3 times.
I'm like, what just happened? It was pitter, 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 smack. And it was death with umbrella.
Yes.
Samurai umbrella.
So,
She yells at samurai umbrella.
yes.
It's yelled at.
Well, we don't
Nobody
know.
said-
We don't
nobody
know
said
it's she.
anything.
I'm assuming
Nobody said anything.
It's correct.
So-
babysitter.
The police now are concerned, and they're like, 2 people have died. And they think Brian's involved because, there's been 2 murders and...
Well, the lost account was his friend that took it over.
Right, so they're all
so-
connected to him.
yeah.
And it's kind of
yeah.
convenient
And his wife
that,
is being threatened by that guy, the bank guy.
2 people standing in their way of success are dead. So they're both on the police watch list. But it all comes back to Amber because Elise and Brian are talking about firing her because she's getting too weird and she's never sleeping. She's always sneaking out in the middle of the night.
Right. The wife is very upset that she's I never see her sleeping, and she leaves every time we're supposed to be watching the kid. She leaves, so she's getting suspicious
'Cause she's
The wife
looking
is
on the
getting
nanny
suspicious.
cam.
Right.
Right. Okay.
I know there was one scene where the nanny got up on the husband, and I'm like, I swear it should have been on the nanny cam, but that also never comes up. There was 1 minute where the nanny gets on top of the husband and sitting down, and I'm
On
like,
the
why does
couch.
the wife never see this? That's so weird. Anyway,
Because she's too busy looking at the nanny cam footage and she just doesn't never
but that's
see
what
it.
I'm saying is that should be on the nanny cam footage.
Not if she's checking it while they're getting it on.
Oh, good point. Okay,
Right.
you settled that. Great.
So Elise sets up the nanny cam and she catches Amber leaving in the middle of the night and decides to follow her to see where she's going.
Uh-oh, bad news.
She's very obviously following
Oh
her,
my gosh,
like right behind her.
Not even one
Just
car like
being
behind her, just like
Doing
literally
a really
right there.
bad tail job. Yeah.
Very bad. Very bad.
But you know, of course, Amber doesn't notice. Of course,
Yeah, she's no dragnet. She's no dragnet.
she's playing that blonde card. Doesn't notice that a car is directly behind her, even as she parks.
And Amber goes to her friend Jack's house and has a breakdown that her life isn't normal and she can't control her urges.
And the Jax even says, maybe you shouldn't go after married men then. I loved that so much.
Right,
Because,
they
like, duh, right?
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
The dialogue here had to be very explicit because Elise is overhearing everything.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
So she's like, oh, okay, I know what's going on. So the next day she goes back to Jack's house for some reason and asks her about Amber. And Jax is like, yes, come in. Come into
I will
my
tell you
house. I'll
everything
tell
that
you
I know
everything."
about my friend.
She's like, I don't want to tell you, but I will.
I'll tell you everything.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just lets her right
So
in.
she tells her that Amber's family died in a car crash. Of course, she's an orphan, and they met in an orphanage. So Jax and Amber are orphans. They've had a hard upbringing in foster homes and blah, blah, blah. And she's had like inappropriate relationships with like her foster dad and like all this fucked up shit. Right?
Yeah, so that's where like the bad stuff started. Is she's like loved her stepdad
Yes.
or
And,
foster dad.
Elise is like, okay, I have all the info I need. I'm out of here. So she leaves Jax alone in her house. Or is she alone in her house? Because she gets stabbed with an undetermined object, an umbrella or something, and dies.
This one didn't look so much like an umbrella, but it was weird. They did,
Yeah.
they did all the cute little horror movie things where it's like, oh, is the door open? Oh no, is the door closed? Where's the window open? What's going on? So she goes to close the door that
Where is
was
the door?
always closed.
How do I open a door? How
And
do I
then,
close
and then
a door?
somebody comes in from behind, the little noise again, whack.
Dead.
Samurai umbrella.
Jax is dead. So we go back to the house now. And we also get establishing shots of the house, Drew. They don't say, it's not a neon sign saying house,
It should be.
but it is literally the
great.
same shot of the house. It's the same angle, the same, like, and I was like, this house is so ugly, right,
Yeah,
Karen?
Patrick was really mad about the house because it was the same, like, same bushes and exact same shot, no matter what time of day.
shitty
And he was like, "I
looking
hate
house."
this stupid house." One time they showed one other view, like a
Yes.
different side view, and you're like, "Oh, I guess it's okay." But then they went back to the original shot, and you're like, "No, this is the worst house." I hate it.
It had like a stupid wraparound porch that makes no sense. How do you even get into the house?
They don't have time to do that.
Made me so mad. So she finds Amber's phone and she's like,
The second secret phone.
she finds the phone hidden in the dresser, and she had checked the references at the beginning of the movie, and she calls the reference again from her phone, and it's the phone in her hand that she found.
Oh,
Yeah. it's a
So
fake
she
phone.
knows that it
Amber
was a
gave her
fake
own
reference.
fake reference.
Someone trying to pretend. So Brian comes home and she's like telling him all this stuff that she found out, and she's like, he's like, where's Amber and our son? And she's like, oh, they're at the park. Do you want a bottle of wine? And they sit down and they have a glass of wine while they wait for
And
this
they
psycho
know.
woman to
What?
come home with their
Yeah,
child.
They know that now this crazy woman, or that they don't know, is with their child, and they're like, let's just have some wine while we wait for her to talk to her when she gets home. It was so weird.
Right?
I was definitely loud at that point
like,
too. That
right-
might have been another neighbor time.
Right.
Because I was like, are you kidding me?
It was insane.
Wait,
and
right after
She tells
She
him-
discovered it.
she is a nightmare.
Well, they don't know. Like, we know that it's a fake reference.
Devious.
she's a devious nanny. Yes, they didn't say devious nanny. If they did, pour it up immediately.
Oh, if they
But-
did, it's an automatic pour up. But
They did it. They did
she's
it.
like, she's a devious nanny. Well, where's our son then? Oh, she's with him at the park. They're fine. Let's drink
Let's
wine.
drink some wine, though.
So,
was
well,
waiting
I
on
like
him.
when Lifetime drinks wine because then it makes me feel like, oh, I'm drinking wine too. How funny. So anytime they drink wine, I love that. But Amber comes back and Elise is like, I called the police, and Amber's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then they get into a knockdown, drag out
Yes.
Girl
fight.
fight. Like,
A brawl, and I wrote
Yep.
exclamation. I wrote a million exclamation marks because it was the longest.
it did go on for quite some time.
fight
It was really long.
ever.
Yes.
And I looked it up on IMDb because the movies are funny on IMDb. But under trivia on IMDb, it's like Elise defeats Amber with 20 blows. So
There was a lot of punching. There was one point where she was just like
punching. And like, I don't know
That's
where
awesome.
Brian is, but
standing there watching it and enjoying it.
yeah, he's like jacking off in the corner,
He's like,
drinking
no,
some wine.
don't.
And
Fight.
Elise
No.
is
Drink that wine,
is like
drink that wine.
strangling Amber, like gonna kill her, and then he finally steps in and pulls her off.
All right, ladies. That's enough.
And then Amber disappears.
Yep. She goes out the door. They do leave the door. Oh, the wife is talking to the husband again about something, and she runs out. And they're like, "What?" And they look back,
Why'd
and
you
she's
pull me off
gone.
of her? I was gonna kill her.
Right.
No, I know. That's why I pulled you off. Where'd she go?
That's exactly what happened.
So the
Drew.
police come by and they're like, "We thought it was you guys, but now we think it's her."
Yep.
Now we do.
Now we think it's her, though.
Flash forward to 6 months later. Surprise.
6 months later.
6 months later?
6 months later.
Yes, and
Yeah,
it was.
dude.
They love their title cards in this movie.
He really did.
So Brian is digging in the backyard and he's like planting some trees or something, and he finds a box buried in the yard, and it has Amber's bracelet in it because when they were having their sexy time in Amber's room, she throws off her bracelet because, you know, when you get naked to have sex, you take off all your jewelry.
Yeah, you have to also take off your bracelet.
And
That's a rule.
he's like, "What is this doing here?" And Elise just kind of walks into the frame and she's like, "Haha,
So now you know.
now you know
Like,
what
no
really
one-
happened."
Nobody knows anything.
What?
That's what she says to him.
Yeah.
So now you know.
So then
What?
we get a flashback montage of all the things happening, right?
Okay.
So the flashback montage includes Elise killing Vance,
What? It
the
was the
Jeremy Piven friend. She's the lady in the pink wig. Elise killing the creepy guy
with the
to
samurai umbrella.
save her art gallery. Elise
and
killing Jax.
destroying her own art gallery too. By the way, the crazy
Yes.
Elise lady wife
Okay.
destroyed her own gallery to frame the
Elise
bank
killing
guy.
Jax for no reason.
Okay.
No reason.
Just met the girl. No loose ends is what she told her husband. No
Stupid.
loose ends.
And
What the
Elise killing the woman who he cheated on with her with
The first
before.
time, which was the
Okay.
The
beginning of the
coffee
movie.
woman. I need my coffee.
Remember the chicken
Oh,
from the
that
beginning?
girl. Yeah.
That is the girl that Brian was sleeping with before the Devious Nanny came into the picture. And she was like, the Devious Nanny is the perfect scapegoat for all these crimes because she's crazy. So
And
I
she
just killed
disappeared.
everyone.
Yeah.
And she
Ugh.
disappeared, yes.
Good
So
call.
she's guilty.
Good call.
So
I mean, I should have said it out loud. I totally called it. But
yes. So she says to Brian, she's like, you have two choices. You can pretend to live the perfect life with me, or you can turn me in.
okay, I'm going to turn you in.
Right. Exactly.
You'd think that would be the easy, simple thing to do, right? Just turn
But
her in.
Brian
No, I'm gonna turn you
decides
in,
to live the
crazy
perfect
ass
life
bitch.
and doesn't turn her in. And on his way back from the police station, he finds like a letter at the door. Okay. So he like opens up the letter and there's a little like USB pluggy drive.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Elise, did you lose your nanny cam thing or what is this? And she's like, let's plug it in. They plug it in and it's, they get some more wine, sit down at the computer, again,
do.
validating me drinking wine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Amber on the screen and she's talking to the camera and we get the shot of the camera of her talking and she's like, you know, recording on a laptop or something. And she's like, hey, just wanted to let you guys know I knew that nanny cam was there the whole time and I took footage and I have footage of everything that happened and I sent it to the police and you're being incriminated for all the murders.
Ooh.
So booyah.
Yes. And she's like, it's like her typing like as she's talking, or I guess she's writing a letter is the way it's shot. It's like she's talking and typing and looking at the camera. So like the footage isn't like her.
Right.
The footage is of the murders. I don't know. It was confusing now that I'm thinking
What was
about it.
the shot to the very end? She shot.
Right. That's what I'm getting to.
Okay,
but I'm trying to
okay,
think of
okay.
how it was set up because I guess
Well,
we
she
were
was,
pretty
like,
drunk at this point.
She was sitting on her bed, and it was like she had her laptop.
I think
out, and
she's
she was
writing
using
the
camera.
she's writing the letter. I don't think it was supposed to be the cam. It looked like she was like it was what they were watching, but I think what was on the USB was the murders, and
Right.
the shot is her typing
that's
the
right.
letter that came with the USB.
Oh, okay. So
Got it?
super confusing. Great.
A little confusing,
Right.
But at the very end, she turns to camera, looks dead in the camera, and says, "Too bad about Cody." That's the son. Foster care isn't that bad. I mean, look how I turned out. Creepy smile.
Yeah, and like
So she's
that's
like the
how it ended.
hero.
She's like,
Yeah.
yeah, like a
Yeah.
good poster child for foster care. I'm not sure.
She's the hero, I guess.
And that's how it
Well,
ends.
Wow.
I mean, she made the truth come out. The
She
devious
did.
nanny is the hero.
Well,
who
and-
would have thought?
Good thing, because they were going to frame her. And all
Right.
she's doing is just, has a big libido. Who cares?
Yeah, she
Don't
just
slut
like-
shame.
She's just like, I just want to get my jams
Yeah,
on.
I just like
And this is-
married
and this is
Married
a-
men.
And this is a really hot dude and he's rich as shit.
He was
I'm just
was
gonna
hot.
try it.
I mean, he was pretty
Or I
hot.
assume, right?
He was
I
all right.
looked at him. Yeah.
He wasn't like,
he's-
I mean,
He's a good. I mean, I determine good-looking dudes by how much I want to be them.
oh, okay.
Oh, I love
And I'm
that.
like, yeah, that guy looks like Superman. I want to look
Yeah,
like
There
that.
you go.
I could be him.
Yes. Karen,
Yes.
on the podcast, we either pour it up or put a cork in it. What are you going to do to this movie?
Pour it up. Does that mean like I'd watch it again? Like I
yeah,
think it
or
was
like
fun?
you recommend to a friend or whatever, or
yeah.
have a good time?
Yeah, I would totally pour it up.
Yes. And do you have any specific reasons why?
I was impressed with the what am I trying to say? Like the cinematography of it. Like it didn't look like a soap opera movie or anything. So
Right.
it's like I enjoyed that it was kind of fun, and I liked the whole like
Had a good director of photography.
yeah, like the
Yeah.
Law and Order type feel to it. I kind of enjoyed, you know.
Yes, yes.
So that was fun, and I didn't hate anyone. Like the wife had an interesting voice. It was very high pitched. That
Very
was
high-pitched.
I definitely wouldn't want to have my own one-on-one conversation with her for like a long time, but
Yeah. That was like the voice.
none of the actors like made me mad. Like sometimes with some
Okay.
of these movies, I just
Okay.
like, can't even like I can't take this another minute.
No,
So that
yeah, we
didn't
can
bother
really
me.
pull you out of that.
Yeah.
We can
So
really
this-
pull you out of a movie.
I was okay with that with this one.
Pouring it up. Well,
Drew, what do you think?
I'm blind pouring it up. You guys explained that very well, and I understood. And actually, I was gonna like in my mind, I called that it was the mom doing all this shit.
Yes.
That's impressive. I had no idea. I definitely
but
did not think. It
I
was the mom.
didn't. I got surprised by like, okay, because the nanny cam. Because I was like, where? I was thinking about like what's the deal with the nanny cam though?
Yeah.
Is the
Gotta come
nanny
back.
cam gonna come back?
There's
And it
something there.
did, and it does, and that
Yeah.
impressed me that they didn't leave that out. Mm-hmm. So I'm pouring it up straight up,
Nice.
blind pouring it
So-
up.
Blind pouring it up.
I'm looking up if I can spell devious. So I think that I'm going to have to put a cork in it.
Oh, okay.
It was fun to watch with Karen.
yeah,
If I didn't have Karen, I probably would have been very annoyed.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
The writer, again, I'm looking up the writer. Adam Rockoff is his name.
That's a fun name.
that's a
Rock
fake
off.
name.
Adam
That's a
Rockoff.
made up name.
He actually writes a lot of horror, so this kind of makes sense. Yeah, he's like a big horror guy.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
He did the I Spit on Your Grave, that like really scary. It's like really like violent,
Yeah.
which
Always so
explains
much
the
scarier.
violence. Like this guy might be going through some shit. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
That movie's very violent. Anyways, so my thoughts on this are like, for the violence that he's having, it was all like gratuitous for no reason type of stuff. Like if we're gonna kill somebody, like let's have it be like something that's like tailored to the person. Like she's an art person, so stabbed to death with a paintbrush or like whatever the fuck. Like I need a little more thought put into that.
Oh, you didn't like the samurai umbrella kill?
Samurai umbrella, not the best. Also, you know,
They were weird kills. They were weird. The blood splatters were fun, and I think that might be another reason why I enjoyed it, is because it
the
was
depiction
silly.
of Amber, not the best. There is nothing going on except she's a nympho type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if she is fucked up, like because she was sleeping with her foster dad, I would want to see more emotional turmoil and stuff going on with
That's
her.
fair.
Especially with the friend. Like I'm looking at that friend relationship.
Yeah.
That was a missed opportunity to have like some real talk and like some like female to female talking. Like we went to therapy. This happened. Like you're working through this. You don't need to go back to your old patterns or
Yeah.
something like that. Like it could have just been done a little
and
better.
not talking about a dude.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think that especially the one at the house where that could have been more, because at the diner they were trying to still keep it so cryptic still. But yeah, the chat at the house definitely could have had more.
Right. More emotion,
gumption.
more.
Yeah.
So yeah, just surface level, it was fun, but would I recommend or would I like put this in the Lifetime like classic? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Maybe not.
I feel like you know what you're talking about. This is the first one I've watched since I've been out of college.
And they've changed a lot since like what 2005ish.
When I really started watching them with my mom was back in the 90s.
Yeah,
That's when I was watching them with
from
my mom.
the 90s. I think the 90s ones almost are way more thought out as far as like plot lines go.
Interesting.
Like, because they're not they weren't churning them out at that time.
Right, that's true. It
They
was a
would
lot
do,
more
like-
like a special. Like this is a special on this month. There's not another one for a couple of months or something like
They
that.
do like 3 a month. Now they do like 3 a week.
Right.
So the quality's gonna dip.
So they just keep
Churning them out.
just
Right.
grabbing whoever. Like, hey,
You want to do a movie? Let's do a movie.
hey,
You want to do a movie?
you do horror, right? You
Yeah,
do
yeah.
shitty horror movies.
Yeah, I
right?
do horror.
Yes,
Yeah.
You
You
wanna do a
want to
Lifetime
direct a
movie?
Lifetime movie? Yeah, okay.
sure.
Here's
Here's a
thou-
script. We need a whole.
Here's $1,000.
And my issue is always kind of with the writers more than the directors, because
Yeah.
the directors can phone it in or whatever. If you have a good script, the script will shine through, and the
Sure,
actors
for
are always
sure.
going to be giving their 100% because anybody who gets a Lifetime movie, it's like their big opportunity to like have something great for their reel.
Totally.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's more the writing that I have a problem with for this one. I
Yeah.
would say.
The
That's fair.
writing.
I
Okay.
get it.
That's fair.
I get it.
Yep.
And the stupid establishing shots.
Oh, they're so fun.
I wonder. I wonder if like because when you guys were saying that, I was like, I wonder if that was like a joke that like the director's like,
Had to be.
he's like.
Sometimes do you feel like they've
He's
lost
like,
a bet? Like
"Let's
this is
just-
happening because
let's just
somebody
make
lost a
it-
bet.
Wouldn't it be fun if we just made it motel and it had no name or
The bar. I love it.
Yeah.
Like I don't fuck. Who cares? We don't
I
have
love-
time for this.
The
shit.
You
only
know-
variation it should have been the diner should have been the diner
The Diner.
instead of
I
Joe's
know.
original Joe's.
That one ruined the bit.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
if he would have done that, would have been 3, and I would
Right?
have known it was a bit.
and
Yep.
we would have appreciated it more.
Missed comedic opportunity on that one.
That's
Get
why
together,
you need to
guys.
direct a Lifetime movie.
I know. I am
Do
for
it,
hire.
Drew.
Lifetime. I am for hire. I'm telling you.
Yes, and then I'll be the star,
Yep.
and then Karen's mom can come in and make a cameo.
It'll be perfect. It'll be great. She's a great
Um,
extra.
Karen, is there anywhere we can find you on social media or anything you'd like to plug in this end-timey segment?
I'll just plug all the rest of the Universe Head podcasts. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to them all, you guys.
And
Great
you're,
network.
you're thinking of one too, right?
I've been trying really hard to think
I
about
think you'd be
something that I
great.
would like to do. I'm working on it, so maybe
yeah.
you'll hear from me.
If
in
you
the
love
future.
Karen, check it out. We're going to have Karen Cares. I'm just having
That's
alliteration.
Cute. Just do it. Let's go for it.
Karen Cares with a K.
I've thought of
Karen
Karen's Corner, but I haven't decided exactly what's going to happen on Karen's Corner.
It'd be
yet.
fun for you just to like talk to people, just like you're so great at like just
Some
talking,
type of
like
interview
and-
thing.
Yeah, I think you'd be a great interviewer. So keep an eye out,
Yeah.
Universe Head podcast
so, too.
fans. That would be awesome.
Yep.
Would love to.
Drew, where can we find you?
You can find me at Drew but with pants on Instagram. Also, I am a co-host of another podcast on the Universe Ed Network
Yes.
called the Not Safe for Work podcast, and we talk about garbage things.
It's
and we had Patrick on.
I did. I was on there and we talked about crazy shit.
We talk about we get to some. There's no rules. There's no rules.
Yes.
Not safe for work. There are
But
no
if you
rules.
are a mom of mine or like don't want to know about things about sex,
no.
don't listen to it.
No.
Don't listen
if
to
you
it.
are a mom of mine,
You don't want to if
Mom,
you don't
don't
want
listen
to
to
talk
this.
about death. You don't want to hear about death or sex or weird sex or the animal things. Like it's not. It
Yeah.
is not for
It's
everyone.
Literally not safe for work. So the
Yeah.
title says what it is.
And we actually all the time say do not listen to it.
right.
So don't listen to it.
But
actually,
if,
So
you,
don't listen to
if
Not
you're
Safe for
curious, check it out. It was a really fun time. I had a great time on that podcast. But really, Mom, don't listen to that.
yeah. If you're curious, fine. But I suggest not doing it.
Right.
I definitely suggest not listening to that podcast.
Cool. So that wraps up our conversation about Devious Nanny. Thank you both for being here so much.
Yeah.
it was so fun.
And thank you, listeners, for checking back in with Lifetime on Court. You can follow me at Patrick Miguel or the podcast at Lifetime on Court. Don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. 5 stars.
5 stars.
5 stars.
We're also on the internet at lifetimeoncourt.com. And, we'll see you next week. Okay. Bye.